Hello, West Virginia All-State Bassoon auditionees. I'm Richard Polonchak, and I've been teaching bassoon at Shepherd since 2005. I've been teaching bassoon for many decades. Know that I love teaching bassoon and working with students. Today, I just want to give like a quick few tips to maybe help your audition go a little smoother, a little better. And first, I just want to talk about how to find the correct side of the reed. Did you know a reed has a side that is good and a side that is not so good? How am I going to tell which side is which? First, I want you to imagine that I have a magic reed making knife, and that knife can take exactly the same number of knife strokes and get the same amount of cane in each stroke off exactly. So imagine that knife takes 100 strokes of wood off of this side and 100 strokes of wood off of this side. That reed has two great sides. It doesn't matter which side I put on top, which side goes to the bottom, because it's a balanced reed. But humans don't have magic. And so the reed maker has to try to get it as close as humanly possible. So imagine that I have taken 100 strokes of wood off of this side of the reed and 99 off of this side. Now I can do a little test that will tell me which side is going to go towards the sky and which side will go towards the ground. That's the reason we have an overbite as the bassoon embouchure, because that lower jaw going over the lower lip pushes up just slightly on the side of the reed with 99 strokes and makes it think that it's 100, makes it think that it's balanced. That's how we do it. A real easy way to test, and there are many tests that I do. The first one I always do is to play a low F softly, and then softly slur to the fourth line F in the staff, and then softly slur to the F octave above that, above the staff, and listen when you do that. Then turn the reed around, do the same thing. Play the low F, slur an octave higher, and then go for the octave higher and really listen. See which side of the reed gives you the most in tune octaves. And not only in tune, in resonance and doesn't stick out. One side will always do it better than the other side. Let's look at the audition pieces. In the Slama, look at measure 4. This is very easy to finger, kind of easy to play, two-note slur, di-da. Play one side of the reed, test it, listen. Which side makes the second note come out easy, the third note come out easy. Turn the reed around, play it again, listen. Which side comes out? If you're using the wrong side of the reed, the second and third note might not even come out because the reed's incapable of that musical result. So we're looking for the best intonation and the ease of response. Look at measure 4 in the Homa. There's a D and then an octave higher. Take the volume away and mark pianissimo and play both Ds to test this. Play the D and then play the D above the staff. Really listen. That note tends to go flat. Turn the reed around, play it again. See which is less flat, which is easy, which is responding easier. Once you have the correct side of the reed in use, you're really in good shape for your audition. providing you've practiced, the actual notes. I want you to look at the last note of the Homan. It's the fourth space G. That note is too sharp and too loud on just about every bassoon that's ever been made. In fact, I own a Heckel bassoon. I own several bassoons. The Heckel is like the gold standard of bassoon makers. It takes 3 years to get one if you want to buy a new one, and it'll be very expensive. You have to pay what it costs on the day it's shipped, not on the day you order it. But when you get your bassoon, there'll be a letter in the case, and the letter will say, the following notes are out of tune. We suggest you add the following keys to those notes to put them in tune. So imagine you've spent a fortune to buy the finest instrument in the world, and the instrument maker is sending you a letter telling you which notes are out of tune, and you have to add these keys. That fourth space G is one of those notes that's out of tune. It's too sharp and it's too loud on bassoons, and professionals add the low E flat key with the little finger of the left hand, and that note, that key added, puts that note right in tune. It won't be too sharp and it won't be too loud. Now, if you're playing rapid 30-second notes, there may not be time to get it down, but the good news is that it'll go by so fast that the human ear won't be able to hear that note was too sharp and too loud. But for anything that the ear can dwell on a little bit, you gotta add that extra key. The other disastrous note that's also in the letter is the third space E flat, which is the basic fingering is 1 and 3 in the left hand and the whisper key. That note is so sharp, so out of tune, that we have to add several things to get that note in tune. And again, if it's rapid 30-second notes, well, there won't be time, but again, the ear won't be able to dwell on what's wrong with the note either. So the basic fingering, 1 and 3, and the whisper key. Again, add the low E flat key with the little finger of the left hand, and then with the right hand, the second tone hole, and the B flat key with the thumb. So we're adding 3 things to that E flat. The low E flat key, the second finger of the right hand, and the thumb B flat key. That puts it right in tune. You try it, you'll hear it, and your listeners will hear it too. Good. Hope the little tips help. Good luck on your audition. Bye.